and the presidents agreed that dialogue should be resumed on all issues that can, in one way or another, be resolved with the participation of Russia and the United States. There was mention of the Ukrainian settlement, the situation in the Middle East, and a number of other regions around the world that are currently experiencing instability.
For participation in Russian-American negotiations?
Yes.
What do you expect from these negotiations?
Therefore, we will listen to our American counterparts and, of course, will be ready to respond. After that, we will report to our leaders, who will make decisions on the next steps.
Ukraine will not take part. Ukraine was not informed about this. Ukraine considers any negotiations about Ukraine without Ukraine to be ineffective. And we cannot recognize any agreements or arrangements made about us without us. And we will not acknowledge such agreements. There is probably a bilateral track on Ukraine, and they, meaning the United States, have the right to pursue it if they have bilateral issues to discuss. To be honest, they have been discussing this before, it's just that now they are doing so publicly. This is not about paper agreements or discussions on who is hindering Ukraine from making demands or what Ukraine can receive. This is extremely important for us. We are truly interested in signing an agreement with the United States, first and foremost. I have already stated this, and our American partners have as well. We have proposals from Europe, but all European nations understand that the United States is the most significant strategic partner. Of course, there are other strategic partners, and we remain open to cooperation. I told President Trump that we want to sign an agreement. But when we moved to discussing the details, we saw that, for now, there are no security guarantees. Security guarantees must be outlined, at least to some extent, in this memorandum. We fully understand that, for now, this is just a memorandum, but in the future, there will be a more in-depth document with specific details. For example, I discussed this with Vice President J.D. Vance, and we both agreed that it would be better to develop a more detailed plan, a treaty. We should do this quickly and ensure that we sign something that will deliver real results. Results in terms of weapons, in terms of the Ukrainian army. This will benefit everyone. We are awaiting Kellogg. We had an agreement that he would come on the 20th, I believe. He will stay for 2 days, possibly longer. I want to take him to the front lines, and he will go with me. I don't think he will refuse. I want him to study all the issues and details firsthand. He should meet with our military personnel. Not only our diplomats but also our military, so that he can see everything at the military level. I believe he will visit Syrskyi, and we may also visit some brigade commanders together. Separately, we will have discussions with the Ministry of Defense, possibly with intelligence officials as well. We'll see how much time we have. What matters is that we will have an extensive discussion with him about security guarantees and a broader understanding of the situation. For us, it is crucial to dedicate, and not waste, this time to meaningful discussions. It is important that he fully understands everything and brings this information back to the White House. I believe that after his visit and his return to the United States, we will have a clear idea of when I will meet with President Trump.
How categorical is Europe's no? How do you see this? To what extent do you personally agree with it?
I believe we have made significant progress on the issue of contingents. There are countries that remain skeptical. And they may continue to be so. However, I see that the issue of contingents in the European army as a whole could take its first steps forward. I have already spoken about the European armed forces. The first step is having the Ukrainian army alongside the European armed forces on Ukrainian territory. I believe this is the first platform for the future creation of such a force. The European Armed Forces. An army that will be equipped with advanced drones, artificial intelligence, and other technologies capable of delivering a response in the event of an unprovoked war by Russia.